What's going on, everybody? Good morning. We are currently in uncharted territory right now. The coronavirus is spreading extremely rapidly, and I don't think people understood the gravity of the situation until the virus started to affect the United States, right? It started to spread, and now I think people understand how serious it is due to the fact that billion-dollar corporations are now being shut down due to concerns about the virus, right? The NBA season has been suspended indefinitely. It's been suspended until further notice. I believe that the NCAA March Madness, the tournament games will be suspended next, and and that's another billion-dollar corporation. When the stock market starts to become affected by the virus and things like that, and people, first of all, people are dying. People are getting infected. It's spreading rapidly all across countries. It's a big deal, right? I was talking to my boy, Derek, and one of our colleagues and one of the students that we went to school with in college. He's currently in Europe right now, and he's not allowed. Travel from Europe has been suspended for 30 days. Travel from Europe to the United States has been suspended for 30 days. And now he's on a spring break trip and he'll be stuck in Europe, right? And this is serious, man. Donovan Mitchell. First of all, it was first reported that Rudy Gobert, a Utah Jazz player, an NBA player, had been affected by the virus. He had contracted the virus. Now it's being reported that his teammate, Donovan Mitchell, has now tested positive for the coronavirus as well. And you know what? It's crazy because a lot of people they're showing the clip of Rudy Gobert touching all the microphones and touching every chair and everything after the post game press conference the other day. And people are looking at it like, look, he didn't take it seriously. And he didn't. He didn't take it serious. And I think that's not just him, but that is a lot of people in the United States. A lot of people aren't taking it seriously until now. And obviously, I had concerns about it for sure. I was concerned about it. I was cautious about it. Definitely, especially with me taking these travels, public transportation everywhere, and going to work and all of that. You definitely have concerns. But the moment it came to the United States, and it came to Illinois and then Chicago, that's when I was like, wow, this is really, really something that is extremely serious. And I was knowing it was serious anyway. I have friends, a friend playing basketball overseas, and him telling me about everything and all of that. But yeah, this is something we really haven't seen before for real. And I'm like, wow, like stopping. We've seen other, what they had swine flu and things like the H1N1 and all of that, but things that are stopping billion-dollar corporations, putting it to a halt, that's new for me to see, right? And I think the NBA did the right thing. No matter how big of a basketball fan I am, the safety of the players, the fans, and the individuals who work at the arenas come first, right? You have players who are currently are tested positive for the coronavirus. So prayers to not only the players, but anybody that has been affected by the coronavirus, man. And I'm hoping that they find um, some type of cure immediately. Immediately, because this is getting out of hand. It's been out of hand for a while, but it is really getting out of hand now. And I see people say that, people only started to care when celebrities started to get affected by it. But I think that's just natural, sometimes natural human reaction. Some people, when they feel like, oh my God, even the rich and the people of higher status are affected, they believe, oh my God, everybody is vulnerable to it. But me, I've always felt like everybody was vulnerable to it, from the start of the story, especially when it came to the United States and everything. Like it was like that's when it hit home for me. But yeah, man. And I want to say this too. Shout out to Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He's the first owner to come on camera in support of the suspension of the season, and he's a diehard fan. He's at every Dallas Mavericks game. He's like, he loves his team. He loves sports, just like a lot of people in America do. A lot of people in the world love sports, all across the world. But he's like, listen, like, he's the owner of a team. He understands that the safety of the players, the people in the arenas, the fans, the fans, the employees at the arena, that comes first. You know what? Everybody has to be safe. They have to be protected from the virus. And he also, and it was big of him to support the suspension because a lot of people were pissed at it. You know, you got people coming at Jay Williams' head right now because Jay is advocating for the suspension of March Madness, NCAA March Madness, and people are upset about it and so on and so forth. But these are kids, man. And even if they weren't kids, these are human beings, and their safety comes before your entertainment at all times. Like, and I want people to understand that, like, yeah, we love entertainment, we love sports, but the safety of the public comes first, right? And shout out to Mark Cuban for this as well. He's also talked about having programs for the employees at what is the arena called, man? American Airlines Arena, I believe it's called. I believe that's what it's called. That's where the Dallas Mavericks play. He's working on programs for the people who work at the arenas because they don't have a job now, right? And he's what is he? Is Mark a billionaire or multi? I know he's a huge millionaire. Is he a billionaire though? I gotta look that up. But anyway though, but it's big of him to try to create programs for those people to still get paid, because at the end of the day, they still have to feed their families despite this crisis that's going on. They still have to feed their families, and the way that they feed their families is to work at these NBA games, and with no NBA games happening, their income is at risk. But I'm glad that Mark Cuban is coming up with a solution for those individuals. But man, like, everybody, please stay safe. Be very sanitize yourself, your hands before you touch everything. Prevent yourself. I know it's hard for some people not to touch their face when they're out in the public and been touching everything, or putting their hands to their mouth and everything. But man, this is very, very serious, and we are in uncharted territory for sure. I've never seen anything like this, not at this extent. I've seen different, viruses and stuff like that come about, and everything. What was it? Zika, Ebola, H1N1, all those different type of things. But I've never seen it happen like this. And yeah, man, it's very serious. Like I said, I'm reporting that it's been reported that Donovan Mitchell has now been tested positive for the coronavirus. A teammate of Rudy Gobert, who was seen touching everything in a joking manner. And I think that lets everybody know that that everybody is vulnerable to it. No one is above it. No one is above this virus. You see Tom Hanks and his wife, I believe they're in Australia, they have it. Their son confirmed it. They said, they're saying that they're fine, they're okay. They're just trying to take safety precautions and be away from everyone. But man, this is something that I've never seen before. And I had to make a video about it and discussing it with you all. Like, what are you all thoughts about everything? Like, man. But again, as I want everybody to understand, people get mad at Jay Williams for trying to call a halt to the NCAA tournament. People's safety comes before our entertainment, point blank, period. And I hope that everybody, the public, stays safe. American public, the public across the world, stays safe and protected, and blessings to those who have contracted the virus. Peace.